Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Ooh. Hi, hi. How's it going, Jamie? Give everybody a few minutes to show up. While we are waiting, I'll probably have to say this a few times. Always helpful to have like a blanket, grab a blanket off your couch or have like a thin pillow, something you might want to be able to grab, or even a book to have it to the block. You might not need any of it, but always an option. Give it a few minutes and then we'll see who's here and get started. Got a few people popping in now. Make sure my phone is off. Okay, so it is 7. We'll wait one more minute. But like I said before, hi everybody, more people popping in now, more people. This is a yin style practice. So don't be surprised if you're in some of these shapes for a long time. 3 to 5 minutes is pretty normal. So if you're like, am I still supposed to be here? The answer is probably yes. The idea is to kind of lean into some sensations. You know, a lot of these shapes generate kind of a dull ache, a stretching sensation. Again, if it's really strong, you can always back off. But um, if it's just that dull stretching sensation, try to stick with it and just find some stillness in the shape. Send your breath to wherever you're feeling things. Again, if you can snag like a blanket off your couch or a thin pillow or something that might be helpful, or a book if you think you're going to need a block. Lots of household items to help. We will go ahead and get started. So you can come to seated on your mat. I'm going to turn and face you to start. You can face the top of your mat. If you want to face your TV, that's fine. Find an easy seat, cross legs. And place your hands where it's comfortable on your knees. Fold it in your lap. Take an inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, allow your eyes to close. Just landing here, some stillness to start. It's a lot of anxiety floating around lately. We notice this in ourselves and also in others. What yin is really great at, it helps you kind of sit with things that are a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit uneasy, and just allow those things to be without judgment, without creating any changes, without fidgeting, without shying away. So this is a great practice to go through tonight, maybe to calm the mind a little bit. Just get better at facing the things we're feeling without feeling like we need to fix them or push them away. So for a little while here, see if you can sit with the eyes still closed. Just notice the breath as it moves in and out through your nose. See if you can make that breath a bit deeper, bigger inhales, just full breath in, full breath out. Take a few rounds just like that, noticing the brush of air on the upper lip, right below the nose. Keep the eyes closed. Just notice it's not the breath with sound that we use in our vinyasa practice, but it's a full breath, a slow breath. Draw out the inhales. Draw out the exhales. Maybe as you sit here, you begin to want to fidget, to scratch an itch or to adjust your clothes. See if you can keep the hands still for just a few more breaths. On your inhale, lift your arms above your head, reach tall. And look up past the fingers, full breath, draw it out. Exhale, twist to the right. Plant your right hand behind you, left hand rests on the knee. And peek past your right shoulder. The eyes may even close again once you find the shape. Use your inhale, sit up tall. Exhales, twist a little bit more. Finish the exhale. Big inhale back through the center. Reach up, look up past your hands. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand reaches across, left hand behind you. Exhale completely. Belly empties. Then inhale back through the center. Once more to the right. Big exhale, empty your belly. Inhale through the center. Exhale to the left. Complete exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands come to your lap. You can roll over your shins, rock forward. So you plant your feet underneath you. We're coming to a low squat. The feet are pretty wide, so I'll show you from the side. Feet are wider than the hips. The toes are turned out slightly. Knees follow the toes. Elbows are wiggled inside the inner thighs. So it's a low squat. From the side, you'll notice your tail can be pretty heavy. The heels may be off the ground. That's okay. Just listen to your body. If the heels are up and it takes a lot of work, this is where you can fold your blanket and slide it underneath your heels. Or maybe grab a book and slide it underneath your bum if the sensations are really, really strong, like too much that you can't stay here for a few minutes. Listen to your body though. If it's just a dull stretch of opening, see if you can stick with it. Compress the hands together. Keep the heart lifted and allow your eyes to close. Breathe into where there's sensation. Smooth, even inhales and exhales. As the sensations build, let your breath be strong. Stick with the shape a little while longer. Smooth, even breath. Send it to where the sensations are strongest. Notice if the spine is round and keep your heart lifted. Take an exhale, bring your hands down in front of the feet. You can blink your eyes open. Begin to slowly, slowly straighten the legs. Walk the feet in, heel toe about hip width apart. And then put a generous bend in your knees. For the first time in this dangling pose, bend your knees a lot. Feel your belly lift up and in. The rib cage may rest on the thighs and lengthen out. Then catch opposite elbows. So with the knees bent, the head hanging heavy, this causes the low back to release. So weight balanced out in the feet, a bend in your knees. Notice the chest lengthening out. Maybe even close the eyes as you hold opposite elbows. Try to soften everything. Let gravity do the work. Send your breath to where there's tension. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, release your hands back down to the mat. Heel to the feet a little bit wider. Sink back into your squat. Yes, I know, another round. Maybe noticing the changes here. Again, you can catch that blanket, slide it underneath the heels if the heels are lifted here, or a book underneath your bum if it's really strong sensations. But see if you can sit with it. The dull ache, smooth breath. Just a little while longer here. Lift your heart, allow the eyes to close. Stick with it. Notice where you're resisting. Maybe you're holding tension. You're resisting, sinking in a little bit deeper. Soften there. Send the breath there a little while longer. big inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Slowly, slowly, slowly straighten the legs on an inhale. Lengthen up. Head falls heavy. Walk your feet in slightly. So feet are about hip width apart, parallel. This time, try to keep the legs a little bit straighter. There might be a slight bend, but straighten out a little bit more than before and then catch opposite elbows again. Feel the belly hug up and in. And let gravity do its work. Try to balance out the weight in the feet. Round through the upper back. Use every exhale to sink in a little bit more. Keep your breath full, powerful. Full long inhales. Full long exhales. Another option here would be to wrap the hands behind the legs, catching opposite wrists. You're not pulling on the legs, it just allows your heart to melt in a little bit more. Just a few more breaths here. Let your hands fall down to the mat. Inhale, you can just lengthen your spine out to plant your hands in front of you and then step back and drop down to your knees. And then walk the legs back until you're lying on your belly. Once you're lying on your belly, bring the forearms parallel in front of you. Elbows underneath the shoulders. The low back is really sensitive. You can slide the hands out very slightly just to release that tension. But if you can, try to keep the elbows underneath the shoulders. It's a Sphinx pose here. No need to lift the head too high. Once you place the arms, just observe if the shoulders are creeping up around the ears. Let them slide down the back. Then allow your eyes to close. Soft neck. Full, smooth breath. After just a little while here, notice what's happened to your breath. Is it still full and even? Notice if you have the urge to fidget or just shy away from the shape. Just observe where there's maybe some tension. Stay here a little bit longer. You can stay in the Sphinx pose. If you'd like to lift up to seal, walk your hands out a little bit wider toward the corners of your mat. You can begin to lift the elbows up and away. An option to lift up for the deeper back bend or just stay on the forearms a little while longer. Bring your attention back to your breath. Listen very carefully. Move slower than you think you need to in slow motion. Inch by inch, lower your chest down to the mat. Feel the low back release. Maybe a lot of sensation. Just take a big breath in. A big breath out. One more just like that. A big breath in. A big breath out. You can inhale up to hands and knees. Go ahead, widen the knees. Bring the big toes together. Sink your hips back for a child's pose. So the hands walk out in front of you. If it's more comfortable, you can always rest the forehead on the forearms or the palms. But if you can, walk the hands out, rest the head heavy. Feel the rib cage sink between the thighs. Does not matter where the hips land. They might be floating away from the heels or resting down gently. Again, bring the attention back to your breath and find some stillness. Keep the breath smooth and steady, in and out through your nose. little while longer, let your rib cage sink lower between the thighs. On your inhale, slowly rise back up to tabletop. And take a little circle through your ribs, a little arch through the back if it feels good. And step your right foot forward in between your hands. Moving into a dragon shape. And slide the back knee back as much as comfortable in your body. Always an option to slide that folded blanket or grab a cushion off the couch, put something beneath the knee if it's really sensitive there. Plant your hands on either side of the front foot, and for a few breaths, just sink in here. Gazing past the nose, you can even close the eyes. Noticing the sensation of the hips sinking lower. Stretch in the front of the left hip. Just observe that sense when you want to fidget. You feel like bouncing out of the shape. See if you can stick with it. As long as sensations aren't sharp, stay right there. Smooth, steady breath. Breathe into what you're feeling. Go ahead and take the right hand inside the right foot. So both hands are inside the right foot now. You can stay on your palms. You might come down to your forearms. You can't quite come down to your forearms. It's okay to just walk the hands a handprint forward or so. It feels like your chest is reaching forward and down. You might be able to do that on the forearms. Use your breath to continue to lengthen forward. To breathe in, try to hug the right knee into the shoulder. Don't let it fly out to the side. Keep the right foot planted. It does not matter where you land. Smooth, steady breath. In and out. You're on the forearms. You might come back up to your hands just for a moment. Left hand stays planted. Right foot stays grounded. So don't roll out to the edge of the foot quite yet. Bring your right hand to your right knee and just allow the chest to twist. But don't let the knee fly out to the side. Use your hand and just twist your chest. Might stay planted down with the left hand down. You can always come down to the left forearm. But try not to roll into the edge of the right foot quite yet. Look past the right shoulder. Sensations might be getting stronger. Just sit with it. Breathe into it. Use a full breath. Notice if the shoulders are creeping up around your ears. Bring the right hand back down to the mat. Now you can roll onto the edge of the right foot, let the right knee fall out to the side. You can stay on your hands here or lower down the forearms. Let the hip open now. Notice how the breath has to get stronger to help you stick with these sensations. Really powerful breath here at the end of these shapes on the right side. And slowly roll the right knee back in. And tuck your back toes, slide your right foot back a little bit. Then press into your hands, step the right foot back to a downward facing dog. Upside down V shape here. Just pedal through the feet, feel the release in your hips. Press through your hands, melt the chest down. One more round of breath right here, in and out. And drop down the hands and knees. Go ahead, step your left foot in between the hands. Then adjust from here. Right knee may slide back. Again, if you need a folded blanket or a small cushion underneath the knee, go ahead and grab it. We'll start off with hands on either side of the left foot. Lengthening through your chest. Gaze past the nose to breathe and allow the eyes to close. Just notice how this side might feel different than the other. The mind wanders, bring it back to the breath. Walk your left hand inside the left foot, so now you're on both palms. Left knee is hugging in toward the left shoulder. You can stay here. You might just walk your hands a handprint forward, lengthening the chest forward and down. You might be able to come down to your forearms and do that. Walk the forearms forward. If you're on the forearms, you might rise back up to your hands. Keep the sole of the left foot planted for now. Right hand stays down on the floor. Left hand finds your left knee. Roll your chest to the left. Look past the left shoulder. Always an option to come down to your right forearm if you need something more. Try to keep the entire foot planted for now. Don't let the knee roll open. Go ahead and look down, plant your left hand down. You might rise back up to your hands and then begin to roll into the outside edge of the left foot. Let your left knee fall out to the side. Smooth, steady breath. Stick with it. We're almost there. So breathe in and breathe out through your nose. Keep your attention on your breath. You can step the left foot back just a little bit so you can plant your hands and then tuck your back toes, lift up, downward facing dog. Ugh. Pedal out the feet. Feel the release. You can kind of sway through your hips. Take some really full, smooth breaths right here. Go ahead, drop the knees down to the mat. And come to sitting on your shins. So you can untuck the toes, sit onto a saddle shape. So if you're really comfortable with the shape, Virasana, if you do it in Vinyasa, Hero Pose, that's fine. You can always do the full shape. We're going to do half saddle today. So keep your left leg bent back and go ahead and straighten your left leg in front of you. If this is really intense, you might need to sit on like a book or something, and you can just stay sitting up. Here's layer one, left leg straight, right knee is bent, maybe sitting on something to relieve any sharp sensations. Next layer would be to walk your hands behind you. Begin to recline. You can even drop the head back if that feels okay on the neck. Allow the eyes to close. You might be able to lower down to your forearms. Just listening to the knee and the ankle. You might be able to recline all the way down onto your back. If you're on your back, always an option to hold opposite elbows. Again, listen to your body. So if you need to stay on forearms, stay on your forearms. Try to let the head hang heavy. Allow your eyes to close and breathe. Can you keep the breath full? Can you stay calm? Even when the sensations are maybe a little bit uneasy. You might find after a minute you can lower down another level, maybe from the hands to the forearms to the elbows, from the elbows maybe all the way down to your back. Just listen to your body. Slowly begin to come out. You might have to wiggle your elbows underneath you, come back up to the elbows, and walk back up to your hands. And very, very gently roll to one side, extend your right leg long. For a minute here, you can just release through the legs. You might shake them gently. If you're in the full shape, feel free to stay there. Switching sides, right leg stays straight this time. Left foot folds back. Again, if this is really, really intense for you, find a book. Slide it underneath your hip. Even your folded blanket will work. You might stay right here. This may be enough opening for you. You have the option to walk your hands back. And just be kind to the different sides. They are very, very different. You might just rest back on your hands or maybe come down to your forearms. Begin to lower the head back. If you want to lie all the way back, go for it. Catch opposite elbows above your head. Maybe just use the breath to soften here and then notice when you need to move a little bit deeper. Allow your eyes to close. Can you keep a calm mind? Can you breathe into where there's tension? Just sit with what you're feeling and allow it to be without changing, without judging. You can slowly begin to rise back up wherever you're at. Take your time, move safely, and release the left leg long. Roll all the way down onto your back. Once you lie down on your back, roll over onto your belly. And cross your forearms and just rest the head on the hands. Take a few minutes, allow that shape to release. Your inhale, lift back up, just so you can roll back over to your back. Squeeze your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug. Rock side to side, feel the low back press down. Take a big inhale, hug the knees in. Exhale, let both knees fall over to the right. Arms can reach out to a T. Head can roll to the left, even though the eyes will stay closed. Can you completely release the weight of your legs? Let the breath be soft. Smooth, even breath here. Keep your breath even in and out. It's common to notice some tingling in the hands and the arms here. Just breathe into that a little while longer. Inhale your knees up through the center. Give them a big hug. And then go ahead and change sides with your exhale. Both knees fall to the left. Your head can roll to the right as the arms reach out to a T. Can you sink in a little while longer? Or are you still holding on? Really release the legs, let them fall heavy. Inhale, draw your knees back through center. Give yourself one last hug and squeeze. Then begin to extend your legs long for Shavasana. And again, the Shavasana can be pretty long. Won't be quite as long today, but please try to stick with it. Stay here with me. I'll be here to bring you out. Just a little while here to allow your nervous system to reset. To enjoy the calm you've created with your breath and your body. It's a natural breath now. Close your eyes or even cover them. For a few moments, take rest. Take a big inhale. Go ahead, open your mouth side out. And bring some movement back to the body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Reach the arms overhead for a nice long stretch. Then gently roll off to one side. Use your hands, press yourself up to seated. Eyes can stay closed and easy seat. Hands to heart center. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, fold forward, seal your practice. Inhale, lift back up. Maybe notice the changes in how your body feels. The mind is any quieter. And breathe it out. Namaste. Awesome job, you guys. I gotta put on glasses so I can type to people. How's everybody doing? Hi, thanks for being here, John and Andy. So this was Yin. Maybe just notice if you sleep any different tonight, if it helps you maybe relieve some anxiety. Yeah, Yossi, I'm glad. Well, it'll be saved on the channel anytime you need it. I know there's a lot of tension. Yay, thanks, Raquel. If you need this, it'll be saved on my channel. John and Andy have their channel From the Heart. They also have a yoga for relaxation. Namaste. If you have any questions about any classes, let me know. A lot of teachers teaching every day, so we're here for you. And yay, thanks, Liza. Thanks, Jamie. Glad you guys are here. Please share this video with anyone you think they would like it. If you need music for any classes, I think I linked my Spotify down below. I am teaching next on Saturday at 9:30. I'm going to do a slow flow class, so kind of a power yoga style class. I think John is doing Ashtanga variations on Friday at 9:30. I think Alana is doing flow Thursday at 9:30. And there'll probably be some more evening classes too. So just make sure you're following all the social media. I'll stay here and chat for a minute, but just let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks for being here. Have a good night. I don't think anybody has questions. I think you guys are good. Okay, well, send me a message on social media if you have any questions. Otherwise, have an awesome one. See you guys later.